So that's a lot of effort. It took me 4 to 5 months of grinding in order to get it, but here you can see it. So in this video I'm going to showcase it in every weapon, with no attachments obviously. So here you can see it on the M1941, and I'll show it. If I have a heroic variant or multiple heroic variants, then I'll show it on every heroic variant I have. And if I don't have any heroic variants of the weapon, I'll just show it on the base weapon. Yeah, so you can see it on the pistol, because to get chrome camo you also have to get your gold camo for all your secondaries, so launchers, shovel and heavy pistols, which is a lot of effort, and it took me a lot of time to get that, but I know, is it worth it to make out? So if you can see it here in the loading screen, if you put it on like this, it may not look very good, but in game I think it looks quite decent on some weapons. This game really depends on the weapon. As you can see on this variant, I think it looks really good. I really like it, but on some variants it looks absolute shit. So it really depends on the weapon. You can see in the Frontline 2, I actually got a paint job for this. I got like 4 paint jobs in total on all my weapons, so I don't really spend a lot of time making those. But I have it on this weapon. Frontline 2 variant of the M1 Grand. As you can see, it looks quite decent on the Grand actually. You can see it on the American 2. Oh, that's a cool MP mode, I like that. It swings around this pistol. Looks pretty good. This is another variant of the Grand. I have 3 heroic variants of the M1 Grand. Looks pretty nice in all of them, I have to say. Probably the Frontline 2 is the best looking one with chrome, but they all look quite decent, because in some rifles it just looks really bad. You can see the Jupiter 2, it's a variant of the M1911. You can see it on the Red Baron 2. The STG really wasn't that hard to get chrome or gold. I think it's overall a very good weapon. They nerfed it a couple of times, but it's still such an overpowered weapon. Everybody can work well with it, I think. The Red Baron 2 is really nice with that cross on the side. Yeah, I like this one. We have the Uno 2, which is, in my opinion, the best variant of the 1911. Really like the iron sights of this and the overall way the weapon looks, and also with chrome it looks really good. So it took me over 850 or 860 kills even in this case to get the same chrome. So yeah, it's not very easy. Not everybody can do it. A lot of my friends think it's not worth it. Because besides it's very hard to get, and also it doesn't look very nice on every weapon. I think black matter or dark matter in Black Ops 3 looks really a lot better than chrome in World War II. Look, here you can see the Serum 2. I honestly don't really like this variant. I really don't like the iron sights of this thing. But I do have to admit that chrome looks really good in this thing. You know, the copper things. Yes, here you see the M1A1 carbine with chrome. This thing is so bad. I probably put the most effort and time into getting this thing chrome, because of all the rifles I think this is one of my least favorite of all. I just really don't like it. The damage is so inconsistent. This is such a low damage and such a high fire. It really is just a trigger finger weapon, but I don't really have a good trigger finger. So I really think that's, you know, not my thing, not my kind of weapon. But chrome just looks nice on this thing. This is, oh yeah, the Body Snatcher too. Really nice variant, I have to admit. And you can see it on the machine pistol. I don't have any heroic variants of this thing. And I think the epic variants look even worse with chrome than the base weapon. So you can basically just see with the base weapon. But yeah, I think we all can agree that this looks really bad. No, not my thing. Trash weapon, I'm never gonna use it anyway. Because, oh my god, this thing is so bad, so much rage trying to get this thing chrome. But I make it. If you're going for chrome as well, and you like to get the machine pistol diamond, I definitely suggest you play hardcore, because hardcore is just the way to do this. By the time of getting this thing chrome, there was a special playlist about shipment 1944 hardcore without friendly fire. Basically, if you shot at a teammate, then you will get the damage instead. So this way you couldn't get kicked, but it's still shipment, so it's hardcore. I know that was definitely the way to go with this thing. So we can take a look at the Bug Juice 2, which is a little bit better variant. variant, it's still the same weapon, but it looks better. I mean, really like the iron sights of this thing, but unfortunately I only got this variant after I got the M1A1 Chrome, so I never really got to use it. And besides the looks of this thing, it's still a bad weapon, so never gonna use it anyway. And you can see it on the bazooka. It looks really quite decent on the bazooka. Also have a few variants of the bazooka, but no heroic, and it looks really bad on epic variants, because that's the thing I really don't like about this game. The epic variants are always look so bad, even with a camo. It's really bad, really trash, I don't know. Never put camo on an epic weapon, but also I'm only going to use heroic variants throughout this video. Bazooka, I know it kinda got nerfed in the beginning of the game, but especially in the beginning, in the first few months when this game was first released, it was a really bad weapon. A little bit better now, but yeah, still. I recommend playing either hardcore or definitely use launched at least, because this will give you more ammo for your launchers and it will increase their damage. So that's definitely the most helpful perk in the game. Well, I should say basic training, but let's be real, still perks. Right, so here's take a look at the FG42. I got this thing in Chrome and it was still good, because in the beginning of the game it was a really good weapon, but it got nerfed a little bit now. The damage got a little bit decreased, which is a shame, because I still really like this weapon. I think it's still decent, but just not as overpowered as it used to be. So this is the Revice 2. It also looks really good in this thing. Really like it. And you can see the Panzerschreck, and as you can see, it looks absolutely trash on this thing. My god, this is so bad. The camo doesn't even cover the entire weapon. Just not worth it at all. Looks way better on the bazooka. Looks equally bad on the variants, that's why I'm not using them, but yeah. This is Stinkeroo 2, another variant of the FG42. Doesn't really differ a lot from the other variants. The Revice 2. Iron sights are practically the same, but look, I think Chrome looks really good on this weapon. And as you can see here, this is the shovel, the Eureka 2. Yeah, that looks nice. Looks nice with the gold on the sides. Yeah, shovel is also a little bit of grinding, because of course first you have to get 5 bloodthirsties, and then you also have to get 5. You have to kill 5 enemies with their own weapon after killing them with a shovel. Once again, I recommend shipments, because there's so much chaos there. It's so easy to kill an enemy, pick up his weapon, and then just walk towards the enemy spawns, often in the containers, and then just blow them all to hell, open fire, shoot at everything that moves, and eventually you get the kill, and that's just the way I got it done. So yeah, you can take a look at the bar. Well, obviously this was probably one of the easiest weapons to get Chrome on, simply because it's just so overpowered. I felt really bad while using this, because they're really just big tryhards. Well, it kinda got nerfed now, because as you can see it's not as overpowered as it used to be anymore, but yeah, still it's just not my kind of weapon. And you can see my other shovel variant. I really like the Eureka 2 a little bit more than this one, but I still think it looks decent. Maybe Chrome camo looks a little bit better on this variant than the Eureka 2, but yeah, decent. So we have the SVT. This is the last default rifle of the game. Wow, that looks really shiny. I think this is a really good variant. The SVT is also better than I thought. Look at these iron sights, so sexy. At first I was really skeptical about this weapon, because it really wasn't that good, but I soon realized that it's quite a decent weapon. Can't even talk anymore, man. But yeah, it's a good weapon. 2-shot kill, very consistent about that. Well, as you can see, it's a 3-shot kill at a really long range, but in general it's a good weapon. Didn't really have a lot of complaints. Recoil comes in quite handy. It's very helpful if you want to get some headshots. Oh yes, and so I covered all the secondaries. So this is the only DLC weapon I have Chrome at the moment. This is the Volkssturmgewehr. I think one of the coolest weapons in the game. Also a very good weapon, very powerful. Got Chrome in no time. Maybe I think I even got this thing faster diamonds than I got the bar diamonds. Just gonna use gold, diamond, and Chrome, because it basically means the same. But yeah, really nice variant. Looks really nice. When I first unlocked this camo, I was very skeptical. I was like, wow, this is not worth the grinding at all. But if you once you use it in game, then you'll see that it's actually quite decent. But like I said, in my opinion, dark matter and black matter from Black Ops 3 and Infinite Warfare is still better camo than Chrome, but yeah, it's kind of unrealistic to have that in a Call of Duty World War II game. But anyway, here you can see it on the grease gun, Kenny 2, really nice variant. It looks really good on this. You see, you still have like the yellow stripes of the original variant. You can see it throughout the Chrome camo, but it looks really nice in general. Once again, grease gun wasn't a very hard weapon to get gold. I really like this thing a lot. Maybe one of my favorite SMGs of the game. Really underrated weapon because no one ever seems to use it, but it's actually a really good weapon. Okay, so here you have the WAF, one of my least favorite submachine guns in the game, but I got gold anyway. It just runs out of ammo very quickly, has very high fire rates, very high recoil. It sucks at long range. Even if in this range I still have difficulties hitting those targets. Men, don't even get me started on, for example, the target over there. Can I hit it? Wow, this thing is so bad. At short range, and I mean at shotgun range, it's actually quite good, but just not my kind of weapon. Don't use it a lot. Okay, I'll show off two more heroic variants of the WAF 28, but first let's take a look at the Snake 2 of the PPSH. This thing, oh my god, it's so good. It's such a good weapon, it's such a beautiful weapon, and Chrome looks really nice in it. You really don't see a lot of anymore about the variant itself, but you can still see the snake dragon thing here on the side. It looks so cool, absolutely love it. Very good weapon, very beautiful weapon, and Chrome looks really nice on it, so I'm definitely going to use this a lot. Okay, so here the Type 100. This was actually quite a hard weapon to get gold, because in the first place, I mean, at the launch of the game it was a really good weapon, but now it's really bad. It's a 5-shot kill, which is just way too much for a submachine gun. Like, look at this. It's just not a good weapon anymore. So I basically used hardcore and war. I also played war a lot, because the hip fire is really good. This is very good at long range also for a submachine gun, which is quite special. Let's see, I think that's a 5-shot kill at long range, and or a 6-shot kill, probably a 6-shot kill. Here we have the other variant, the Righteous 2. Honestly, I don't think there's much of a difference between the two of them. The other variants had a little bit more gold in the front of the weapon and at the barrel and at the magazine, but I know in general they both look really fine, can I tell you. This is my other variant of the WAF 28, the Waffenschmiede 2. Ouch. Okay, this looks really nice, and I don't really like the iron sights of this thing. I prefer the one of the old oil can too. But the weapon itself looks really nice though. Oh, that's a cool emote, man. Like with the yellow barrel and then these yellow stripes on the magazine. And the red ciphers, red text on the side, can't even show it. Looks really good. This is the Trigger Happy 2, my final variant of the WAF 28, which is quite funny. I don't really like the WAF 28, but I do have 3 heroic variants of this thing. It's like the game wants me to play with it, but I'm just like, no, thank you. No, not enough bullets to destroy that. Alright, there we go. So, I know, looks really nice. I like it. Not as good as an oil can too, maybe, but I'll leave that up to you to decide whether you like this one more or not. Alright, so we're back with the Handler 2. Very good submachine gun as well. Really nice, this thing looks really good. Yeah, with the extended mag, oh my god, that looks so sexy. Oh, I absolutely love this thing. The Handler 2 of the M1928. aka the Thompson. The US on the side comes straight out of a gangster movie. Another variant of the M1928. Looks similar to the Handler 2. Also very good. I mean, it looks very good with her. There we go. Oh, this looks really good. Not a bad weapon. Had a lot of fun getting this thing through. Alright, so you have the Bug Privates. Oh, this thing looks so strange. I don't even really like this thing. I really like the iron sights of this thing though. But I don't know. It looks kind of like a handgun, like a pistol. Here you have the MP40, very good weapon. Also got a lot of kills with this before I started grinding for Chrome. Stumbling over my words. 1084 kills. It's a lot of kills, of course. I don't have that many weapons on with which I got over 1000 kills. But it looks really good. It's such a good variant, such a good weapon. The Son of Mars too, I also really like this thing. I prefer those iron sights actually above the ones of the base variant. Here we have the shatter box too. So now we're getting into the light machine guns. Lewis gun. Yeah, big boy, big boy. I actually struggled a little bit getting this in gold because I'm really bad with light machine guns. Like in general, in Call of Duty or in just FPS game in general, but also in Battlefield 1. I always struggle a lot performing well with these things. It's just not my kind of weapon. I always prefer the run and gun strategy of a submachine gun or a rifle or just sniping. I really love sniping above just camping with light machine gun. But I got a chrome because it's such a good weapon. It's really impossible to do bad with this thing. Here you can see that the English Oak, another heroic variant. I think this one looks the best of the Lewis gun in general. Oh, this sounds so sexy as well. 1333 kills. It's quite a tongue breaker for a non-native English speaker like me. So you can see it on the Gorilla, which is a variant of the MG15. I actually got this thing chrome in no time. Like it took me just a few matches. I think it only took me 5, 6 or 7 matches for getting this thing from like 15 headshots to 100. It was so easy. I don't know. I don't know why, but it just went automatically. It's just like I had auto aim on the head. What's it called again? What was a perk for it back in the day with OG zombies? I don't know, I forgot what it's called. But anyway, so you can see it looks quite decent with chrome. I like it. So you have the brand. Oh, this looks really sexy. In the beginning I was just like, I'm never gonna make getting this thing chrome, because I thought it was a really bad weapon, but actually it's a really good weapon. It fires fairly quickly, consistent 2-shot kill. You see that even at a very long range, it's still a 2-shot kill. Fires decently quick. It's a good weapon. It's very underrated. No one ever seems to use it. No one ever seems to like it, but it's actually quite a decent weapon, and it can definitely compete with other light machine guns in my opinion. You just have to learn how to work well with it, because it's not an easy weapon to use, that's for sure. So here we have another variant of the brand, Combatant 2. I honestly like the other one more, the Royalty 2, but this thing still looks really good. Just don't really like the magazine at the sides, You can put an extended mag, because then you have a bigger point of view, because then you don't have the magazine in the middle of your screen. But still, pretty good weapon, like it. Definitely way to go is while using steady aim, because with steady aim you can just pretty much hip fire everyone, because as you can see here, the hip fire is already quite good. And if you put an extended mag and steady aim, you're just gonna yes, and also airborne division, that's what I was about to say. Extended mag, steady aim and airborne division, and you can just sprint around and shred everyone to pieces with this thing, trust me. It really works. You have my favorite light machine in the game, the MG42. You have the Buzzsaw variant, 2 variants of it. Once again, looks really nice. There we go. So shreds people to pieces. I absolutely love this thing. Now we're getting into the sniper rifles, the Carabin. I have like 4 or 5 epic variants of this thing and 1 heroic. It's just quite insane. It's like the game wants me to have every single variant of this thing. But yeah, it looks fine, it looks decent, I like it. Here we're getting into the Lee Enfields. Also looks really sexy. Used to be a terrible weapon as well, but they actually buffed it now and it's decent. But still just not one of my favorite weapons. My favorite sniper is probably like the Car 98K or something. So we're getting into the M1903. This was, back in the day, this was definitely my favorite sniper rifle. I still love it a lot. It's just such a sexy variant even without the chrome, but with the chrome, as you can see here, it looks really good and there's a lot of damage because it can one-shot in the training area, which is quite extraordinary for a sniper. I think only the PTRS 41 and this thing perform a one-shot kill on those training boards. Oh, it sounds so sexy. Looks so good. So we're getting into another variant of the car, the Torpedo 2. Oh, this looks also very good. Oh, this is so sexy, like the intro on the side. Oh, this looks so good. I absolutely love the car. It's a great sniper and it always looks so sexy. You probably can't believe it, but I have 4 heroic variants of this weapon. 4. That's a lot. I'll show them all of you. So this is the Torpedo 2, which is probably my second favorite of it. It looks really nice. This is the Commander 2, also a very good weapon. Very cool variant. I like this one so much. You have the Fallen 2. My friends consider this to be the best variant of the game, and I honestly can't disagree with that, because it looks really nice. But can someone count the amount of times I said really nice in this video, and really good and very nice? Jesus. I only have 532 kills with the Kar 98, which is not that much. I just probably want to get like 1000 kills, probably possible. Anyway, the final variant of the Kar 98K, which is the Nightmare 2. This is probably the only one I don't really like. I don't really like those short variants with a short barrel. Doesn't look as good as some of the other variants, but still looks quite good. Now we're getting into the Ronin 2, which is the Type 38. Oh yeah, and also the snipers is the only weapon category in which I got all, or well, at least I'm trying to get all of them chrome. Because I also have a lot of DLC weapons. I have, for example, some machine guns. I think I have every weapon in their game. I also have like the M38 and things like that. But I just don't really like all of these weapons. For the snipers I do. I just want to get every single sniper in the game and I want to get them all chrome. So that's a lot of work. But I like it because I love sniping so much. And as you can see, it often pays off because, well, chrome looks really nice in this thing. There again, I said it again, really nice. So you can see on the Prospector, on the lever action, probably doesn't look as good, but I don't even have the base variant of this thing. I only have this variant. No heroic variants, no base version of the weapon. So I'll have to deal with this, but well, it doesn't look that bad. It's just kind of rusty on the side. Kind of decent. Right. So here you can see the PTRS 41. Very good weapon, very good sniper rifle. It's awesome. I love it. One-shot kill at any distance, always, everywhere. Even the little toe across the map, it's still a one-shot kill. I absolutely love this thing. But it's just very hard scoping weapon. The ADS is very slow. I think it has the slowest ADS of all the snipers in the game. But yeah, just the damage really makes up for that. Look at that, I'm just wrecking those things. Oh god, look at that. Oh, that's unfortunate. The final category, which are the shotguns. Not really a big fan of those weapons, don't really like shotguns. I think they're just a little bit too overpowered in this weapon and they're in this game. And they're definitely very annoying weapons, especially if you're going in a shipment, trying to get those things chrome. Trying to get your pistol chrome, and then it's just like this one try-hard kid with a shotgun and he just ruins everything. Very annoying. But anyway, here you can see it, 712 kills. Combat shotgun, very easy weapon, just have to get 100 one-shot kills with this weapon and then the Bloodthirstiest, which is just easy. And there you have it. Now getting into the fluffer drilling, which is probably the only weapon I have in this game from which I don't have a single variant. No epic, no heroic, just the base variant of the game. Of the weapon, of course. You can just keep seeing the game. Just quite contrasty with the toggle action, or the brekkie like I like to call it. See just in just a moment. I have every single variant of the toggle action in the game. So there are like 6 or 7 variants, I think even 8 or 9 variants of one single weapon. I don't have a single variant of this thing. Quite frustrating, but as you can see, it doesn't look very good in this weapon. Quite rusty. So now getting into the brekkie, the Winter's Wild. Looks really good in this thing. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, it's annoying kids with their brekkie. Luckily it's not as good as the one from Black Ops 3. but still, it's just an annoying weapon. You see the Enigma too? Alright. It's really good on all the backbeat in general. And yeah, the final variant, I think. And maybe one more. The flag top too. Which really is similar to the previous variants. Okay, so now getting into the double barrel shotgun. There you have the Cruiser too. I think chrome is really nice on this thing. Sucks in the beginning, but now it's actually a good weapon, because I don't think there's a single shotgun who can deal so much damage at close quarters. For example, if the enemy is standing over there and I shoot at this thing, it's just a very average weapon, probably not even a one-shot kill, but if you're standing at like melee range, I'm talking, it's nearly always a one-shot kill and has a very huge damage potential. It's just a very fun shotgun to use. Really like it. Maybe just not the best shotgun, but you can still get a lot of kills with this thing. See another variant, the Crusader too. Very clean variant, this one. I think chrome looks the best on this variant. All sort of shotgun variants, maybe of all shotgun variants in general. This one just looks really clean, I love it. And here we have maybe the best variant of all, the Domino 2. Oh, this looks so sexy, with like the signatures on the side. Looks really old. This actually looks like a weapon that's coming from the Pirate Age. Maybe this weapon belongs in Red Dead Redemption 2 instead of World War 2. But I like it. Really good variant. This is still some decent range there. And here we have, I think that's the final variant. Yes, I got it, the Blunderbuss. This is probably the most fun shotgun in the game, besides maybe the sawed-off shotgun. I really love it that Sledgehammer brought back this weapon, because it was one of my favorite weapons in Advanced Warfare. But I do have to say though that the Advanced Warfare variant of this weapon is probably better than the World War II variant. Just kind of a shame, but still this thing is really good and it's a really big powerhouse. You only have one shot, but it's a one shot with a very powerful punch, very high damage, and this just comes straight out of Captain Blackbeard's thing. I was going to say cabinet. There we go. That's really kind of tired. Also have exams, so yeah, kind of exhausted now. Really a lot of work, but anyway. All right, so I think this is going to be it. Yep, I don't have any more variants to show. That's all I have for Chrome. So leave me a comment behind. What weapons would you like to get me? See, I can't talk anymore, goddammit. So what weapons would you like to get me gold or chrome in this case? I think I only need one or two more DLC weapons. I think I have them all done. I only need the SDK 9mm sniper rifle and the Enfield #2 revolver, and I think then I have every single DLC variant in the game. So for all of those kids, stop complaining that you can't get any variants. I got all of the variants, or at least every single weapon, without spending a single dollar. In my case, without spending a single euro. So it's definitely doable. But anyway, anywho, so leave me a comment. What weapons should I get chrome next? I'm now grinding for a few fun submachine guns like the Red by Rolls. I'm trying to get my MG81 light machine gun and GPMG light machine gun gold. And I'm also trying to get every single sniper in the rifle in the game gold. So I'm gonna make a second video about this, part 2, with all the chrome DLC weapons. So apart from the ones I just summed up, what other ones should I get chrome on? Up to you to decide. Leave it in the comments. So probably... wait, let me check it out. So for sure all the sniper rifles, the SDK 9mm, the 3-iron rifle and the Lyle. Also trying to get chrome for. Got all the other ones. Light machine gun, maybe the VMG, but that's a very try-hard weapon. Maybe. The Stinger, don't like that thing, just fuck off. And the MG81 and GPMG, very fun submachine gun, light machine guns to use. Also MG81 is very overpowered, it's very underrated in my opinion. Submachine gun, probably EPM, barrels, I'm definitely gonna get that thing chrome. Maybe Nambu Type 2. Nah, don't really like these ones. Probably the Sten, I really wonder what it looks like on a Rooted 2. And then other with the rifles, maybe the NZ, yeah. I recently got the Heroic NZ. I think chrome will look really good on this thing. What else? Maybe the AS44, Automaton, the Fedorov, why not? Itra Burst. It's probably gonna be hard because it's nerfed pretty badly. Also maybe a few melee weapons. What do you think of that? It's probably crossbow as well. Haven't really played a lot with that thing, but it's a really lot of fun to use that thing. So I'll probably try to get this thing chrome as well. Maybe Reich's revolver, not really into that thing. Nah, not 9mm SAP. Don't like that pistol. Don't want to grind with that. Push trigger. Definitely the Claymore. I really like this sword. Yeah, probably trying to get that thing chrome. The Fire Axe, who knows? Baseball bat. Maybe because I have the heroic variant of it. Combat knife, trench knife, ice pick. Who knows? So, leave me a comment behind. What other weapons should I get chrome on? And then I'll talk to you in the next video.